Let me tell you about the time my Uncle Earl decided he'd had enough and handled it in a way nobody saw coming. Uncle Earl is a quiet man. He's lived in the same cul-de-sac in suburban Ohio for almost 30 years. Back then, it was the kind of neighborhood where people brought over casseroles when you got sick. Everyone knew everyone. Block parties, 4th of July barbecues, the whole deal. It was nice. Then the Jenkins family moved in. At first, everything seemed normal. A wave over the fence, a nod at the mailbox, but slowly, things started feeling off. An Amazon package disappeared from the porter's porch. A garden gnome vanished from the Andersons' lawn. Nobody could prove anything, but everyone noticed the Jenkins' teenage son, Kyle, always lingering a little too close, always watching a little too closely. Uncle Earl never said much about it. He just watched. He used to tell me, "A rat gets comfortable right before the trap snaps shut." I thought he was just being dramatic, until the great Mower incident. It happened on a quiet Tuesday afternoon. Most people were at work. Uncle Earl, retired, was home enjoying his brand new John Deere riding mower, the good one, with a cup holder and a padded seat, his pride and joy. He'd parked it in the driveway next to the open garage, and ran inside for 5 minutes to grab a glass of sweet tea. When he walked back out, the mower was gone. Most people would have panicked, screaming, calling 911, banging on doors. Not Uncle Earl. He just stood there, tea in hand, and let out a slow sigh. He knew calling the cops would get him nothing but a report number and a suggestion to check local pawn shops. He needed something better. He needed leverage. So he walked to his old F-150, reached under the seat, and pulled out a small black GPS tracker, the kind people use for runaway dogs. He'd noticed Kyle eyeing the mower the day before, and something told him this was coming. So the night before, he'd slipped the tracker under the mower seat, right by the battery. He opened the tracking app. A little blinking dot was already on the move, cutting fast across town. Uncle Earl didn't rush. He finished his tea, grabbed his keys, and drove after it at his own pace, eyes locked on the dot the whole way. It finally stopped outside a rundown warehouse near the old train tracks. He parked a block away and walked over. The bay door was cracked open just enough to see inside, and there it was, his John Deere, gleaming even in that dusty warehouse light. Standing next to it, trying to hotwire the ignition, was Kyle Jenkins. Uncle Earl didn't kick the door in. He didn't shout. He just strolled inside like he owned the place, leaned against the doorframe, crossed his arms, and said, "You know that thing's got a safety switch under the seat. Won't start unless someone's actually sitting on it." Kyle nearly jumped out of his skin. He spun around, eyes wide, caught completely red-handed. I found it! It was just sitting there! I was bringing it back, I swear!" Uncle Earl let out a low chuckle. "Sure you were, son," he said. "Sure you were." He didn't move an inch, just stared. The silence stretched out, heavy and uncomfortable, until finally he spoke again, calm, but with an edge underneath. "Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna load that mower into the back of my truck. Then you're gonna walk home, and if I ever see you, or hear about you, touching anything that isn't yours in our neighborhood again." He let the sentence trail off. He didn't need to finish it. Kyle swallowed hard, nodding fast. "Yes, sir," he mumbled. He loaded the mower into the truck bed himself, then walked the 3 miles home in silence. And after that, nothing ever went missing in that neighborhood again. Not a package, not a gnome, not so much as a garden hose. Sometimes the loudest way to solve a problem isn't yelling, threats, or calling for backup. Sometimes it's just quietly tracking the rat and letting him walk himself straight into the trap.